unconscious competent, all that means is doing, and we're normally doing things in the right way when we're being guided by a vision. And he would keep illustrating the idea that his mother would always tell him, can you see it in your vision? What do you see? How do you see yourself in the future? Where do you see yourself? And he would always go back to that. So unconsciously, we're doing things, and we're I would say we're being coached or directed along the way by our spiritual higher consciousness. But it's that direction and that directive that's actually channeling you to put things in the right order. If you're always thinking, am I going in the, do I see this in my future? Where is my future? What do I see? What does that vision tell me? And if you're always doing that, guess what? You're asking for guidance. And then when you align yourself with that vision, you decide that that's your vision, and you can see yourself there. Well, now you've got cells of recognition. New cells of recognition that were not there before. So by doing things in a certain way, by working with the vision and asking myself, do I see myself in this future? You're one, you're consenting. Two, you bring clarity and vision. And then three, he would organize a plan. Well, what do you know? What is he doing? He's following certain characteristics that what people call success. He's following them, and he's directing his mind to them, and he's directing his life, and therefore you're getting results in an orderly way. Accident? No. Right on plan. Now that he's coming to the point where he's asking himself, what's the new venture? What's the new thing? Accident? No, right on plan, because he's acquiring what he's asking for. Why? Because he's doing things in a certain way. How many of you are going to take organized planning, everything you've been learning this month, and really apply it? Some of you are listening, but that's just at a conscious level. To do is the subconscious level. There's a knowing and a doing gap, and you will never understand a thing until you do it. What is success?
Progressive realization of worthy ideal.
Mm-hmm. Who's worthy ideal?
Fine.
If you can see it.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means you need to visualize it, and when you're visualizing it through your action, that visualization turns to materialization, which is realizing that it's coming, and I'm seeing it, and I'm working towards something.
And you've got to see it. And if you don't see it, and you don't see yourself in it, guess what that tells you, or should tell anyone, that what you do is you're flipping back onto the old picture. Mm-hmm. If you cannot see a new picture, and you choose, this is the key, if you choose not to create your own picture, if you choose not to select the images that you're going to work with, there is an old selection that has already been pre-selected for you, so that you may experience yourself outside of yourself until you awaken and you do your own thing. If you really understand what I'm saying.
The ideal that that individual or we seek and attain, it will not realize and manifest itself unless we are imagining that ideal is now. We are that ideal right now. And it is not outside of ourselves. And it's not something that we have to go be. It has to be right now. That ideal has to be right now, and it has to be realized right now.
In you.
Yeah.
And again, if you choose not to select your own images that you're going to work with, there's already a set of pictures and images that have already been pre-selected for you, mm-hmm. so that you may experience yourself outside of yourself.
So that goes back to mind. Mind never stops. So when we're talking about, I know a couple of times that somebody asked me this on Monday when we said that you are always selecting an image, whether you do it consciously or you do it subconsciously. So that means the mind is a movement. It's always moving. Whether you decide what image and you start thinking and choosing what is it that you want to think about and what is it that you're processing, or it'll do it for you, which is mental activity. That's the difference between thinking and mental activity. Thinking, you choose consciously what I'm going, what I want my life to look like, what am I deciding, what direction I'm going. And mental activity is the program is deciding for you when you're not making decision. When you're sitting back, it will do it for you because the mind is perpetuating all the time. And it has to do it for you.
It's always working from a state.
Yeah.
It is always working from a state. Your mind, my mind, is a center divine operation, and the divine operation is always for fuller expression. And it's always working from a state, but it's not working from the conscious state. It's always working from the subconscious state. This is the key. Why is it a key? Why do we need to understand this? Because we have a mind and a movement, but if we're not directing the movement, it's directing us. We're going to go back to this image of the stick person. Why? Because image brings order. And if you don't understand the order of things, you don't never understand life. You don't understand what's happening outside of yourself. Results. Everything outside of you. A picture outside of you. But a lot of people don't understand that the picture was always inside, then out. The picture outside of you is a replication of the inside of the picture inside of you. Now, this picture that's outside, expressing itself, is actually right here. You can consciously, intellectually think all you want, but the true picture of who you are, the true program, is in here. This is where the picture of you is really at. There's a screen. See if I can do this. Projector. And it's automated. And this projector is just flashing images all day long. When you're thinking, pulling from the storehouse, seeing it and feeling it, body feels, and then you're right on plan. You see, the pictures that you're working with, that you're thinking from, you're thinking from the projector of the subconscious mind. You're not thinking, we think we're thinking, but what's really thinking is your subconscious mind. Because every thought precedes a thought, that precedes a thought, that precedes a thought, that precedes a thought, that precedes a thought. Now, if that's the case, what thoughts are you preceding? Before you speak, I hear you. Do you understand that the picture is never on the screen, but in your subconscious mind? That it can be changed only by inserting a different film or belief. It can be changed, but only by inserting a different film or belief. That means you got to carefully select the film, each film. This reel is ongoing. It never stops. But you've got to change the film, or you can say the beliefs. As you're thinking, this thing is lighting up and is vibrating, and you're thinking from that point, you get ideas, and you can see them here, but you're actually moving from the subconscious mind. Mm-hmm. There is a light which shines through your projector. It is always clear and pure. There is a light which shines through your projector. It is always clear and pure. Look, this energy just is. It's perfect. We're coloring it. We change it by the beliefs and the ideas in the projector. It is always clear and pure, whether the picture you project it is good or bad. The light is the true light which lighteth every man and cometh into the world. The light is spirit consciousness. The light is spirit consciousness. The film by and of itself does not and cannot change the light. It will project any picture you hold before it. When you substitute positive films, positive states of mind, for the negative ones, you will get different pictures and different appearances. What the world commonly calls a healing will take place. A change will take place. There's a higher and a lower states. But this one can only be changed by a change of consciousness. You can say, I'm going to project this and I'm going to do that all day long, but you're hardwired. Because this is the core of your being. This is your 0 to 7. That's what's coming.
There's a couple of things though on when we can choose. Everything that what Abraham is talking about is image. It's data. If you want to put it in simple terms, you can choose to change it by just consciously thinking about it and say, nope, that's not who I am. This is who I am. You have to first, before that, you have to first build this ideal who you want to become. What are the opinion that you have about yourself is very important, right? You can't change that, but when you change it, it doesn't happen quickly. You don't see things immediately in your life. It's going to be a process that through repetition of that new identity that you want to become, that slowly becomes part of your programming. And that comes through repetition, and that comes through the action that you're making. And slowly you start seeing changes in your reality. But you got to let go of a lot of belief. You got to let go of a lot of things that you live with, ideas and image or personality that other people projected on you for many years. You got to let go of that. And when you understand this is the process. That's what we're saying is not overnight thing, is a process. Through repetition, you start imposing those new image of you, who you are, and you can choose anything, anybody you want to become. And when you do that, you start seeing the reality changing its form up on model of those images that you carry about you. It's amazing. And when we're talking about images about you, we're talking about how you see yourself. Let's get out of yourself and how you see yourself, your personality, toward your relationship, how you relate yourself to money, relate yourself to success, relate yourself to the personality that you have about how you respond, how people see you. Like all the ideas that you have about yourself creates your reality. This is a very deep concept. If individual truly understand what self-image is.
It's deep in the recesses of your mind.
Yeah.
Your beliefs are deep in the deepest part of the recesses of your own mind. What is mind? Mind is psyche. What is the mind? It is a movement of consciousness, states of consciousness. Now, mind is a collaboration of many ideas of itself, and it's trying to direct itself. Without ideas, we cannot allocate ourselves in reality. So it's through ideas that we set directives and directions. Every idea has its principle. Every idea has its principle. And this is the principle. This is the beginning, and this is the end. These are the results in motion. Every idea has its directive. These are coordinates. Each one of these ideas is a coordinate in space and time and reality. And this is positioning you in space and time. Here we measure reality through space and time. That little clock. Everybody so misunderstands. that positioning in space and time, and you see yourself. Time is measuring who? Time is taking measurements of coordinates from the center of your own being. These are coordinates in space and time. Coordinates. Every one of these ideas, relationship, coordinate. You're going to decide what person you attract in your life. People hear this wheel of motion, the wheel of life is coming, but these are setting the directives of what you will experience. The people, here they are. The places, here they are. The plots, here they are. Circumstances, here they are. You can travel the world, and you're going to go find yourself. Maybe different faces, but the center of their being will be the same. The center of the vibrations will be in equal proportion and be in harmony and attracted to you, and not by accident, but right on plan. And if you want to question this, look at your surroundings right now and go back maybe 10 years ago, go back 15 years ago. Go back and see where you were thinking and look at the outer ring that surrounded you. It was always in equal proportion to you. The results you were having, the business, the companies, everything was always equal proportion to the ideas that you were harboring. Not in your intellect, but in the subconscious mind. This is GPS. Thoughts or takeaways?
So when we're talking about GPS, we're talking about what's moving you in physics. So you're saying why this is here and why am I experiencing this, or what am I facing this? What am I getting these results? It's the GPS is guiding you. The GPS moves off of the address that you have in there. The address is image.
And it's in you.
And it's in you. So that GPS, the destination can be changed anytime you decide to, anytime you choose, by really studying and understanding and really focusing on you and monitoring your thoughts. What are your inner conversation? What do you tell yourself in different situations? Do you stop yourself and correct yourself and say, no, that's not the way I'm thinking. This is what I want. And I'm going to impose and I'm going to press this idea in my subconscious mind through repetition. And this is who I am. Like Abraham says, that's it.